Coach, 3-1 win over ULM. What do you feel like was the difference tonight in getting the victory?
It was different kids stepping up. We kind of almost facetiously joked last night that we took turns making mistakes and made that match way more interesting than it needed to be. Tonight we took turns stepping up. You saw Jalen really carry us early, and then Julia in the fourth game came in and took some really big swings. Grace was roll shotting early, and then she started swinging more aggressively. Our ball control was pretty darn good. Our passing was solid, and just it really was a team effort with different people stepping up at different times, and that's who we have to be.
Once again, you jump out to a 2-0 set lead, give up the third set. Did last night creep in, or even the previous time you played ULM?
In a way, I think last night and the previous match against ULM crept in a good way. It wasn't the demeanor before Game 4 was different. It was really, really cool to see them. They were upset about it. Whereas in the past, it's been like, oh, I can't believe we just did that. Oh, here we go again type thing. But they got in that huddle and they were like, no, we're not doing this again. We're not waiting until Game 5. We're not giving this up. And their demeanor was fantastic before Game 4.
I thought y'all really took control in that fourth set. What was it about that set where you were able to run away with it?
Well, a couple things. Number one, the serve game was really good in that set. Not just, everybody kind of looks at, oh, we didn't miss any serves, but our serve placement and aggression was really, really good. We missed a couple of ones that we didn't like coming out of that timeout and whatnot that almost gave them life for a second. But you saw us serving deep into seams, and they weren't passing right on the net, which makes a team's offense predictable. And that really let us set up our block, and we had them scouted pretty well, knowing what they ran in those rotations. And you saw Charlie and Jalen really take advantage and get in good positions. So blocking down the stretch really made it rough.
You have 3 players and double-digit kills. I thought Grace Levinas was amazing for you today. She has 12 kills. 11 digs and 6 blocks.
Yeah,
she almost gets a triple-double.
And what you won't see on the score sheet is her serve-receive passing. Her serve-receive passing was absolutely fantastic. And and that's honestly, it's the biggest reason she's on the court is because of her back row just ability to pass serve. And it's our first touch is so important to be able to run our offense. And early in game 1, she was her attacking, she was being careful. Hey, I don't want to make a mistake. I said, I don't care if you make a couple of mistakes or get roofed once or twice. I want you to get after it. And you saw her just start swinging a little bit harder, a little bit more aggressively. Even the out of system, off the net stuff that you're not going to be able to take a big rip. She added some heat, pushed it deep, and made it harder on them. So I loved seeing her step up offensively like that.
Speaking about the crowd, I thought it was a fun night in the TAC. I thought it was a really good atmosphere.
Yeah, I was pumped, man. You look around, I know several of the clubs came out. Shout out to Reese Altman, who did the color commentary for us. He brought half his club out here, and we had a bunch of kids there. We had a bunch of athletes from other teams, and yeah, it was just a really cool atmosphere. And we talked from day one, way back in January, that one of the things we want to do is, we want to evangelize volleyball in northern Louisiana. Like, it's such a great sport, and it's such a great opportunity, for girls to play and be powerful and big and fun. And, Jacob and the guys do a great job with the game presentation, with the lights and the music and everything. It's a blast, man. And shout out to our cheer and spirit, man. They're there rocking it, and it's a fun night to come out and see us in the TAC.
Got a chance to go 3-0 for the Bulldog Bash. What's it going to take to complete that and finish off and play Houston Christian?
Yeah, Houston Christian's tough, man. They started off a little bit rough this year, but I know they were missing some kids and still figuring some stuff out. Well, most of those kids are back now, and you saw them. They've won their first 2 matches today, and they look tough, man. Their ball control's really good, so they're in system a lot. So our blockers are really going to have to be on their toes, making good reads and moving laterally really, really well. And how about a shout-out to Anaya Harrison? I mean, for Zari to be out, Zari was all tournament last week, and everybody's paying attention to the freshmen and everything, and Zari poured her heart out last night, but she was just too sick to go today, and so I'm sure she was cheering us on watching the broadcast, and love you, Z, but shout out to Anaya for just stepping up and playing with so much energy, and really gave us some big points when we needed them. All right.